All right, Ben, I think we're ready to go here. First of all, good morning to you, and thank you for joining us. Tell us about this 120-pound journey that you've taken over the past year or so, was it?
It's been 2 years now. About 2 years ago, I had gotten up to 360 pounds, and I just realized, life can be better than this. I was in a pretty deep depression, and one night my grandmother just asked me if I was happy, and I was finally honest with myself, and I said I'm not, and I haven't been in a really long time, and that's really it kickstarted it, and now 2 years later, I'm down 120 pounds.
Tell me a little bit more about the conversation you had with your grandmother, because it sounds like that was the starting point. I guess
Yeah.
tell me the emotions that you were going through, and what exactly was it that she said that really jump-started you on this journey?
Well, she'd always been, she's always been my biggest supporter, but she has always been very concerned about my health and my obesity. And you know, I guess this one night, I was finally mature enough to hear her concern. She wasn't nagging or anything, but she loves me very dearly, and it was just like I said, that night with the inspiration. It was Christmas Eve. All the emotion. It just really clicked with me that I didn't have to live an ordinary life.
And tell me after that conversation, the next day, day one,
Right.
tell me how that day went. How hard was that day, and even the next day, the next week, the next months throughout the journey.
It's definitely hard, especially in the beginning because you're going without having done this ever, and so waking up at 5 a.m. and attempting to run, jog for the first time, it's hard. Your body's trying to get used to it, so it definitely takes some getting used to, and it takes some motivation. But it's also exciting once you decide to change your life. You have this cool motivation, excitement to keep moving forward.
And as you're going forward, kind of tell me some of the things that you have to change, because you said you were 350 plus pounds. Um, what are some of the lifestyle changes you had to make, whether it was eating, exercise, your routine, everything that you do during the day?
Well, the thing is, you don't get to 360 pounds without a wrong lifestyle. It's the eating. You're going out to eat. I was going out to eat every meal. Never working out, playing computer games for 16 hours a day. That whole thing. So it's a total overhaul. You have to be honest with yourself and say, what we're doing right now isn't working clearly. So you have to change everything, and it can be daunting, but it also can be exciting because you are starting this new lifestyle. You're grocery shopping for the first time in a long time. You're going out and working out. You got to find someone to work out with. It makes it a lot easier.
Hmm.
It's hard, but it's also exciting. Like I said,
Talk about the importance of having that person there to help motivate you along the way.
right. For me, it was my brother and my dad. Just having some sort of accountability system in place, and it doesn't have to be family. You can join some sort of fitness center, boot camp class, spin class, anything like that that can get you around these people, these like-minded individuals who share the same goals as you. It's huge and it's invaluable. You can't really have a bigger tool in your life than to have someone like your brother go along with you.
I was looking at the YouTube video you made, the My 100-Pound Journey, and one of the captions read, "If you want to do it, all you have to do is do it." Talk about the importance of that motto, especially now that we're in February, where it's a month and a half into the new year, and people have, every year they start their New Year's resolution. I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to work out, I'm going to eat better. But then, they sort of start to fall off. Kind of talk about
Yeah.
that motto in relation to being able to stay on course and stay on track.
Well, the thing about a commitment is that you have to stick with it, and it really is as easy as sticking with it and deciding to do it. I understand how nice it can be to sit on Facebook and watch Glee all night, every night, but if you actually want to do something like this, you really have the tools necessary to do it. And the thing about the New Year's resolutions is, of course, it's 6 weeks in, and the newness, the excitement is starting to wear off. But it's never too late to resolve, to re-resolve, to do something. And I suggest doing something not as cliche as saying I want to lose weight this year, but say me and my friend are going to commit to, say, a half marathon, and then training together, because it's more about the lifestyle than the chore of, well, I want to lose weight. do something exciting, do something dramatic, something drastic, and just go rock it, because it really is a lot of fun.
And I'm looking at your T-shirt here. Tell me about your T-shirt in relation to your journey.
Well, it became the motto, do life. I started the blog called Ben Does Life, and it was more about just losing weight. I said, yeah, I have weight to lose, but it's more about really getting my life back. And so the idea of do life, to do everything right, and lose weight, become a better family member, become a better friend. It was all these things that I had started to struggle with because of my weight. So I said, it's more than just losing weight. We've got to go grab life. We've got to find this excitement, got to find this happiness, and really attack it. And in the past few months, that's really become my goal, is spreading the Do Life message. Going across the country speaking, doing all these races, meeting great people that I would never have gotten the opportunity to meet, and just really saying, guys, life can be exciting. Life doesn't have to be unsatisfying or inconsequential, and that's really my passion right now.
I saw that you worked your way up from just starting out running, then to the 5K, then marathon, and even Ironman. Talk about that a little bit.
Oh, I think the racing and going through these distances was the key to the whole thing. Like I said, the newness sometimes wears off, but these races we found were a way to keep that fire, the competitive fire. Finding that our time goals were getting smaller and smaller, that we were getting faster, and going through these, especially with a family, with my family, it was so much more emotional than just doing it on my own. And I really do suggest finding something official. It doesn't have to be running, but find something official like racing, or joining a running group, or joining a spin class, or a yoga class that can keep you coming back, because racing is really what did it for us. And finding something that can keep you coming back will make it a lot easier to keep moving forward.
And I understand, unfortunately, you're dealing with a knee injury right now. So kind of talk
Yes.
about maybe if this happens to someone, what are some alternatives that they can do in their routine?
Right. There's always alternatives. If you have leg injuries, you can do some swimming. If you have some upper body injuries, you can do spinning, and finding a trainer. You if you really do the research, you'll find that you can find exercises. It's easy, and I'm guilty of it, of saying, well, I'm injured, I'm going to take a break completely. But that's really just an excuse, unless it's a serious injury. But find something. Just do the research. It'll take 5 minutes to look up some alternative workouts for dealing with the injury that you're dealing with.
And tell me about this adventure with spinning.
Yeah, spin is really tough. It took me a long time to get on the bike. I never really liked it, but during Ironman training, training for a triathlon, you're gonna have to do some biking. So I got on it, and it's not my most favorite, but it definitely is a workout.
Obviously, when you lose 120 pounds in a year, there's the obvious physical change. Talk about, I guess, the feelings and emotions you had when you looked in the mirror at different periods throughout this process.
Well, it's definitely an emotional change too. You go through this, and you'll see the numbers dropping on the scale, and you'll see the belts getting smaller. But it's more about the emotional side, definitely, like you said. And you'll find that once you change one area of your life, everything's going to start changing. You're going to become a father, a better mother. You're going to become a better family man. I've seen it. I've met so many people that said, like you, I've lost weight, but it wasn't just the weight. It was everything about life got completely better, and it's true. It is true. Everything gets better.
And your grandmother, your Meemaw, tell me her thoughts once you got to the 120 pounds and you took that picture just like you had the picture from the Christmas before.
Yeah, she's great. She's one of the most tech savvy people I know. So she's on the blog every day, commenting, sending me text messages, sending me these great, encouraging messages. Yeah, she loves it. She's kind of become a character on the blog. She has her own fan club. So yeah, she's totally excited. I just got back from another Christmas at Mima's, and she's wonderful. Last 2 or 3 weeks ago, she was in the Patagonia Mountains in Chile. She's 83 years old, just hiking around, taking pictures of penguins. It's ridiculous, but she really is an inspiration for how to live life.
And last question I'll ask you is just talk about one of the things that I noticed on your YouTube video as well was the word happy. Talk about that one word and what that means in this journey.
It's huge. 2 years ago, I was locked in my bedroom. I couldn't really force myself to smile. Now I go through life and meeting people, spending time with family and friends. It's hard to not have a smile on my face, and that's the big reward in this whole thing is that now I'm satisfied, but I'm also working to keep being satisfied, and that's what this is all about.
And give us the website one more time.
It's bendoeslife.com. We're starting Do Life, and that will be dolifemovement.com. You can find us on Facebook at Do Life, and that's where we all hang out and interact.
And on the tour, you're heading to Charlotte as well.
Charlotte, North Carolina, absolutely. We'll be there. We're doing a summer tour this summer, 31 cities in 40 days, driving across the country. Who knows the shenanigans we'll get into, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
It certainly will. Ben, we appreciate you taking the time out for us this morning.
Thank you.
And you're truly an inspiration. Thank you.
Thanks.